Hey there, H. Jane Harrington here. So, I have a confession to make. This is like confessions of a not so beauty queen. So, if we're all assigned labels, when you're in school, everybody kind of fits that stereotypical label, and they don't always fit it, but everybody's kind of assigned that way. And I was like the stereotypical nerd, I still am, which is not a bad thing. But I didn't wear makeup. I didn't date. I bit my nails. I read comic books and novels just obsessively, and I still do. And again, that's not a bad thing. But I had Star Wars and Star Trek and Ninja Turtles in the original packaging, like the collectibles on my walls. And I was a nerd, and I still am, and I'm kind of proud of it because, being a nerd's kind of fun. But all of the beauty genes in my family went to my sisters and my cousins, and I didn't get any at all. I got all the bookish genes, just not the beauty sense ones. And so I didn't know anything about anything to do with cosmetology or beauty techniques or anything whatsoever. I wore jeans and t-shirts and had messy hair, and I was happy that way. So when I was a teenager, my sister, I told you this is a confession, right? My sister and my cousins staged an intervention for me. They took me to the mall and we went shopping. They bought me some really cute little outfits, and we did the whole Clinique makeover thing at Bonton, and it was really fun. We had a great time, and it didn't stick. So fast forwarding to when I got married, in my wedding, I did not know to hire a makeup professional. I figured my sister and my cousin that were in my wedding were gonna do it. So hi Donna and Jen, you know who you are. The problem is they were so busy working on their own faces the day of my wedding that they didn't have time to worry about mine. And so right before the wedding, I had to pull my other cousin out of out of her seat, so that she could help me throw something on my face right before my wedding. Yeah, I know, I'm pretty bad. So I finally learned to put on makeup when my second child was a baby. I went to a friend's Mary Kay party. It was the first time I'd ever been to one. And suddenly, some of it started to make sense. So I'm an artist, and I realized that this is just another kind of a medium and another kind of surface. So the problem, though, is I'm a homeschooling mom. And homeschooling moms, we don't tend to wear makeup because we don't have to. And so we don't. And I know we save a lot of money. I've saved a ton of money by being a homeschooling mom for 20 years. But the attitude is, well, if I don't have to dress up, then why, I'm not going out, why dress up? That's kind of the attitude. And then over time it becomes, I'm too tired to dress up. Even when I have to, you're mentally exhausted. You've got a lot going on. So homeschooling parents, got a lot on our plates. We have to teach multiple children, multiple grade levels, multiple subjects. We have to educate ourselves on some of these subjects before we even start teaching our kids. We're also running field trips and clubs and classes and driving the kids all over the city to their different things. And some of us work part-time even. I was working part-time while I was doing all of this and taking care of my mother-in-law who has Alzheimer's. So, there's a lot going on, and putting on makeup, making yourself look a certain way is just not one of those priorities. And so when other homeschool parents are the same way, you're like, well, I fit in because nobody's doing it, right? So believe me when I say, after my lifetime of being the way I am, learning the tricks did not come easily for me. So fast forward now, the kids are older teens. They have graduated. One son's starting to work on college courses soon. Now I'm working full time because, now that they've moved on, I've got time to get back into the workforce, and so I need to look presentable. And my husband is an executive director, and so sometimes he has to meet with kind of important people. And when I go to functions, I don't want to look like the wife who's spent all day in front of a video game or in front of a book. And, you know, you have to look a certain way because you're kind of expected to. So I had to relearn about skincare and presentability. And I looked in the mirror recently and I started to see some of the lines setting in after decades of looking at other faces and not my own. And so I realized that I have not taken care of my skin. Confession, I haven't. I haven't taken care of my skin. I haven't done what I need to be doing. And I don't want it to start showing because I'm young enough, but soon it's going to start showing. So I am at the beginning of a quest to set back or slow down the hands of the clock. So a few months ago, I started with Ipsy. They send you samples in like a monthly subscription. And it's really good to try products. They're random though, so I found a lot of things I liked, but it doesn't give you a good regimen, like a pattern for you to set up a good system and keep at it. So I needed a regimen, and Ipsy is great, but it was random, and I didn't really learn how to use a lot of the products. So recently a friend of mine had a Mary Kay party, and I went, and it's the first time I've been to one in 15 years. And so they send you skincare samples in the mail to try. Because, you know, everything is virtual right now just because of quarantine and the way things are. So I tried those samples, and it blew me away. Instantly, I was like, oh my God, it's so soft. And I kept touching my face, and my youngest son was like, stop touching your face so much. And I was like, but it feels like a baby's butt. And my son was like, comparing your face to a butt is probably not the best way to promote a product. And he's kind of right, but it does, it feels so soft. So I really liked the samples. It reminded me of years ago, 15 years ago, when I tried satin hands for the first time, and my hands felt so soft and wonderful and luxurious, and I was like, oh, I feel like a princess. It was awesome. I felt that way about my face when I tried these products. So I realized that if I'm going to learn about how to take care of my skin and how to put makeup on, then Mary Kay is probably the best way to go, because it is the one place that I've always gone back to learn things. And like I said, I'm kind of stunted. I need a lot of help learning. So I realized that, you know, Mary Kay was really good for me, and the training that they provide and the products, they're right there at my fingertips, and I can maybe make a little money on the side. And so I was like, okay, I signed up. So I got my box in today, and so I'm gonna unbox it for you, and I'm learning as I go. It normally costs $99 to join, but my friend had a coupon and it was like $75. So for all that you get in the starter kit, it was a really good deal. I will tell you now, if you have questions, I probably won't know the answers. But the good news is I know a lot of people that will know the answers, and I can get the answers for you. So, you know, because I can answer with hearsay knowledge. I'm still learning myself. Eventually I will have my training and my education in the book. So that is my confession. And you'll notice I didn't put anything on right now because I wanted to play with some of the skincare stuff in my new box. And then maybe I'll put a few things on and we'll see like a before and after or something. I don't know. I'm still learning as I go because this is completely new to me. You know, I'm used to having my nose in a book, so, or in my art. All right, I'm gonna unbox my box and you can share it with me, so hold on one second.